Hey, Deej.
Hey,
So,
Tahlia.
hi. So it's lovely to be having a quick chat with you today. We are talking about the Introductory Certificate in Embodied Counselling that is coming to New Zealand again for the second time.
Yay.
Yay. And of course, you are a fellow New Zealander for anyone who doesn't know that, now living in Brisbane.
Yeah.
So I would love for you just to let curious, interested people know a little bit about the course. It's a 9-week course, and just to let them know what unfolds within those 9 weeks.
Sure. So we really do go on a 9-week somatic journey together because there's lots and lots of embodied practice. So the material arrives in PDFs and it's designed to be quite simple to follow. You open it up and it says, do this practice, try this, try that. And really we're just really quite starting with foundational embodiment coaching practices. So the types of things we can use with new clients to help them start to get awareness in the body. So we're learning through doing. And there's two skill sets. The first skill set is embodiment coaching, and the second skill set is embodied counselling. So first, how do we help our clients get awareness in the body if they don't have much yet, or if they do, how to go more deeply? And then the second, once the awareness is there, what can we do to support them to be able to get on board with what they're experiencing, and then be able to, I use the word intend. I say notice, allow, intend. So notice is to be present, to be aware of what's there. Allow is keep it company, be in the process that you're experiencing. And because once we do that, then we can intend, then we can experiment and get curious and play with things in different ways that can start to shift things and give us more choice and allow us to feel more and interact more with each other and the world around us. So those are the skill sets. And so, as I said, PDFs, embodied practices that you do, you follow them through, and then you share about that with your classmates. Some of them you do by yourself, some of them you do with your classmates. And then at the same time, there's the information side. So starting by looking at the different approaches to counselling and psychotherapy in the world before the somatic approaches, and that there are three main forces. And so sort of giving you an overview of that so you can feel just a bit more informed and a bit more empowered, and really empowered to be able to go, that's really great to sort of have a little bit of an idea about what these psych people are talking about, and to know just how varied their approaches are. Hundreds and hundreds of different approaches. And my interest is in the somatic approaches and in helping through awareness through the body. So the information pieces comes in the Zoom classes, and so we've got 7 Zoom classes. We've got a pre-course meeting, which is 8, but the actual classes, there's 7 of them, and they're sort of in pairs. Or the first one, the first part of it, I present something, and then you go away with your classmates and research something, and then come back and present that. And I've designed it to be effective with your time, so that I'm guiding you to places which might be interesting, and where you might find information that's interesting to you. So that goes over the 9 weeks, and then we meet for 3 days together in Auckland, and we put it all together. And another piece in the information side of things is what I call the neurobiology of emotions, relationships, and trauma. And so there's lots of relatively new science about what emotions actually are from an embodied perspective, and how they do show up physically in the body, and how our bodies are interconnected. Our nervous systems are not actually separate from each other. They're in the constant process of both regulating each other. So we, even as we're speaking here on Zoom, we are to a degree regulating each other. We're changing the felt state in each other's bodies. But through what we do regularly as intentional practices over time, we actually change the shape of the brain and the nervous system. So that's something the somatic approaches are interested in? And then when it comes to trauma, how can we so we put the embodied counselling skills aside to a degree when trauma is present, and look at somatic approaches to grounding, safety, and agency, and that's explored over through the Zoom classes and at the intensive.
Thank you for that. And what I hear when you're talking is that there's such a breadth that you're bringing in of kind of the psych approaches, and then bringing in the somatic practices as well. So it feels like it's a beautiful offering for a lot of different groups or a lot of different people who might be interested in this course. Maybe you could just say a little about who is this for?
Yeah, and that is part of the intention, because I think there are a lot of great helping practitioners, sort of counsellors, psychotherapists, GPs, who have been working more with cognitive or narrative approaches, and you know, because of the new neuroscience, are aware of how useful also bringing in somatic approaches or also working through the body is. So there's an upskilling there for those people, and for people who are working through the body workers and yoga teachers and dance teachers and tantrikas, and so people who work through the body often, I think, are really great, really competent with supporting their clients' emotional processes, because really what your clients' emotional processes need is for you to fully show up and accept them. And people who work through the body are usually really great at that, but they don't. But what I've noticed is if those people who work through the body haven't had counselling or psychotherapy or some sort of psych training, they often don't have the confidence to do it, because they feel their information and skill sets lacking. So this is a bridging piece to really bring that information up and effective skills, so that people can feel both confident and competent.
Thanks, Deej, and we look forward to having you back with us in New Zealand soon.
Yeah, really looking forward